Check, check. What's up, everyone? What's up, YouTube? What's up, live and future YouTube? How's everyone doing? Just another live stream here. We will be doing some CBC stuff first, and then maybe we'll connect with some live arena. Hopefully, everyone's having a good day so far. Let's jump right into it. I haven't done any of my dailies. Usually, I get a little bit of a head start, but today we didn't do anything. So maybe today is a good day for you guys to see what I do from, I guess, from the beginning, I guess. I did do my Doom Tower just now while I was waiting for the stream to get set up. What's up, Shermzy? How are you, man? I'm echoing? Oh my god. Oh my god. I literally was doing my best to not echo. Does it help now? Is it echoing? Oh my god. I did change my mic settings this morning. It sounded fine. I didn't hear any echo, so sounds good. Okay, great. Actually, does it sound okay now? Does it sound okay now? I just check. My mic's really close to my mouth. I find that it's better that it's closer to my mouth, to be honest, because I don't know. I had it a little bit farther away because it does cast a little bit of a shadow. So it casted a little bit of a shadow because of the light, the positioning. But yeah, if it sounds good right now, then it's good. I did mess around a little bit with the settings, like I said, but if it sounds good, we'll just let it run. All right, so I just finished the Doom Tower, I think. Oh, not yet. I gotta do the boss. Yeah, I guess this looks fine. I just kind of just auto through the bosses now. It's just doesn't matter how long it takes. How's everybody's CVC going? Going all right? Let's check out what's going on in the world of raid today. It is currently 3:20 a.m. So I do not lie when I say rise and grind. I've been up since about 2 a.m. working on some of my mic settings, like I said, so it is early. Trying not to do too much. Yeah, that's a big thing. You don't want to jack up your points too much, but there's a lot to do. I gotta make sure I do Fabian. I gotta make sure I fuse Fabian today because I don't want to forget. That would be pretty bad. But we still have time for Fabian and stuff, so. All right. 1 minute, Scarab 100. No problemo. Nothing to buy. Yo, Marius, where are you, man? Where are you, Marius? Hurts. You're not showing up. So that's done. Collect my stuff. Did I collect my stuff? Not yet. 6 hours away. I usually collect my stuff when my keys are active so that I don't forget which which boss I need to do, because once you collect the red dot, then I know that I need to that clan boss difficulty is done. Sometimes you have to like scroll down the list and like look for your name. I don't like doing that. So I just leave the red dot there until I'm ready to collect it. That's just kind of how I do it. But let's just do some arena, get some freebies, I guess. I've been trying out this team just for fun, mainly because I wanted to try Sulfurion a little bit. We did do a stream not too long ago, a couple days ago, where people kind of highlighted that Sulfurion probably should be my next 5-star, give him some accuracy, and he's going to be useful in arena and all that stuff. And just generally, he's a great champion. So I think we'll go and stick with that plan. Yesterday was my best arena harvest ever. Made 103 wins since reset. Nice. You know, that's kind of like halfway. Because like in a in 1 month, sorry, in 1 week, if you play every single fight, I think supposed to get like 220 or something, somewhere around there. Like if you're really on top of it, you're probably gonna do like 220. Oh, Kyle, I got triple resisted here. Yikes. Wow, look at all that resist. Super resistance. Used him pre-CBC, gotta build him and about 20 other champions. What's the priority you feel when you guys do CBC with no PR? Is it still mandatory to try to win, or is it better to lose and not gain too much points? Depends what your clan's appetite is for heavier matchups. Usually if you don't go too crazy on PR, you get a more reasonable matchup. Some clans don't care. That's the thing. Like if you're in a clan that doesn't really care about how strong your opponent is, and their appetite for a PR CVC is very high, like they can basically, they're ready for any high CVC, then of course going to win every single one is just kind of for bragging rights, I think. Like for example, like I'm in OC Wrath. We're like a top 10 clan in the whole game, and they pretty much go for like every single trophy, right? So the trophy is the most important part, I think. And it's just bragging rights. The clan is strong enough to basically take on almost any like PR CVC. Not saying they would, and not saying it's ideal, because I'm sure it's not. But they're not gonna back down. You know what I mean? So winning the non-PR is kind of, just gonna be one of those things that you just kind of go for with this type of clan. But most clans, I think people just kind of take it easy for non-PR, win or lose, and then focus on the PR. 10 max affinities. Wow, nice. 160 mil power clan got match versus 60 mil. Good luck. Good luck to you guys. You guys are 160, right? So you guys got so you guys got it, right? No problem. Upper spenders, yeah. What's up, Ace? Yeah, it's clan culture, yeah, basically, yeah. I mean, CVC rewards and all that, it's not the end of the world, right? You know what I mean? Like to spend the amount of resources is not the end of the world. At the end of the day, it's, bragging rights, all that stuff. So, and yeah, it depends on your clan. Depends on your clan. Clan culture makes sense. Get these arena fights out of the way. I got a lot of material on this account because my last PR, I didn't do my crafting because I was in Japan. I didn't have the time to basically sit there and sift through gear, and I didn't have helper to help me out for last PR. So I have a lot of material, so I want to go through my crafting material today. That's probably the big one. I have to fuse Fabian today, and then I probably gonna chill. I don't want to generate too much points, but I think yeah, I don't really want to generate too much points. I don't know about booking Fabian either. I might not book him today. Actually, I might be capped out. I'm pretty close, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty close to being capped. Don't want to cap myself out. What are we doing today? Do some Iron Twins, I guess. You dumped a lot of material last PR, yeah. I know. I usually do. I dump relic material. Sorry, not relic material. Sorry, crafting material. During PR, but yeah, I just couldn't manage it. Didn't have the time. Didn't have helper, so wasn't manageable. I just fully booked Podrick today from zero, so excited to see the difference. Yeah, he's really good. Podrick is an excellent champion. The the big thing for him would be the cooldowns on his A2 and A3. His A1 is nice, but if you're short on books, you can save it on his A1. But he's a good champ. Is it worth doing Dragon at 16 normal for the epics only tournament? I have 0 poison epics. Yeah, it's good rewards to be honest, but you keep in mind that the tournament is only 3 days. Sorry, 2 days. Usually it's 3 days. So that might affect how well you can complete it. I don't know, like if you rely on like daily energy or dailies and stuff like that. The big gemstone at the top, it's going to cost you probably close to 3,000, like 2,800 plus energy, right? Depending on what difficulty you're doing. So if you can squeeze 2,800 energy in 2 days, then I would say do it, because getting the gemstone is a lot harder than just getting energy. You know what I mean? So basically, that's kind of how like resources should be kind of like thought of, like whichever one is more rare. But you're also using energy that you could use for a Hero's Path or Fabian Soul or something like that. So you're giving up something, right? You're giving up something. So yeah, just be aware that might happen. I have gems and we'll use helper, so push it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm doing it myself. Just because like the soul stones are basically like, they're end game resources that you kind of need. So in exchange for basically energy, I think it's a no brain for me. It's a no brainer. But for if you're short on energy, I can understand. If you have no team, I can understand. Then yeah. Clan reset this morning. If you didn't check, I did get those first. Clan reset quests. I didn't check the shop, but I got the quests. Yeah. So the only thing I did before the stream was my Doom Tower stuff, and I got my quest. So just pull bells from a sacred on Midish account. How would you build on his free play? It depends on your account. Um, he's not a bad champion, but I mean, he's not going to like be a slam dunk in every single one of your teams. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're just progressing through like dungeons and stuff, you're not going to be like, oh, I can't wait to put bells in my Fire Knight team or my Spider team. You know what I mean? Like he's not really the champ that you're gonna slam into your teams and then hope everything works out kind of thing. Like so maybe I wouldn't book him. I wouldn't book him. Depends on your roster, right? Depends on your roster. Depends what you're working with. Depends how frequent you play. Like if you book out or if you build bells, are you not building another champion for like a month or two, right? Depends on your activity. I don't know. So there's a lot of questions. Can't really answer that for you. Bells is not like a automatic slam dunk build. Must build champion. I don't. He's not. How many sacreds can free to play earn monthly? Myself, I did the math. I did the math myself. I get about 16 per month on average. If you are interested in the math, basically, if you can double chest Ultra Nightmare and Nightmare Clan Boss, so that's 4 chests a day at those difficulties. In 1 month, you average about 11. About 11 is sacreds, you average. On top of that, if you're an endgame player, you should be in minimum, gold tag team arena, which means you get 1 sacred shard a month. You should be able to complete a hard Doom Tower, which means you should be getting at least another, I believe, 2 from Doom Tower. Doom Tower hard, I think. So yeah, and then you're gonna get 1 from your monthly login or whatever. You're gonna get 1, so that's 15. I forgot where the 16th one comes from. Oh, CVC, PR CVC or something like that. One of the CVCs gives you a sacred shard too. So yeah, for me, I get about 16 a month, and like, yeah, so that's it. What's up, Boozer? Have a huge week for me. Finally got Lady Mikage fused and pulled Nuke during champion chase for Fabian fusion. That is massive. Those 3 champions are great. Gonna keep you busy for a while. So good job. Need some advice on building Lady Mikage. Should I go for damage on her? Just make her buff debuff champion. She doesn't deal crazy damage, so don't even bother with damage. Just build her with accuracy and make her super fast. About it. Nothing else matters, right? Nothing else matters. Well, that's a pretty good Iron Twins. We got 10 of the medium essences. That's a pretty good Iron Twins there. Still playing as free to play? Can you show your soul collection? Curious what can be expected from a free to play account. Yeah, sure. Yes, I'm still free to play. I haven't spent a single penny in this game, guys. What do you think about Brogni in Bolster for countering Marius? He has 25% reflect from the attacker hits the Bolster. I end up killing Marius with Brogni and Bolster in LA. I'm not sure how well the reflect actually works. So I never tested it myself and I never seen it happen. But I imagine like Marius would probably open with if he opens with the A2, he still has stone skin on, so he wouldn't he wouldn't take any damage from the reflect. So there's a risk of that happening too. But yeah, that's an interesting idea. I mean, shields definitely help against Marius. I usually run, shield champion or something into Marius. Even though he can remove it, it's still, the shield's going to absorb most of the damage. So getting it removed is not that big of a deal. But yeah, Brogni could be sneaky. You could definitely show up with Brogni in live arena, and he can be underestimated. And that's kind of what you kind of want to do, right? Just surprise people in live arena with stuff that they've never seen before, and that's one way to get a win. How much hours do you play? In a day, I probably play at least 3 hours. I'd say I play at least 3 hours. I play 2 accounts, so both my accounts are free to play. Both of them are tier 6, CVC. Both of them are level 100. Late game, super end game accounts. I play about 3 hours at least. I'd say maybe. That doesn't count like making content. Sometimes making content can be quick. Sometimes it can take a while. So everyone builds in SS. Yeah, everyone builds in SS. There's gonna be there's gonna be more ways to deal with stone skin as the game progresses. Plarium, right? They make a problem and then they sell you the solution. 3 hours doesn't count RSL. Yeah, 3 hours does not count RSL playing. That's for sure. Like if you count RSL playing, it's like you basically play like 20 hours a day or something. Because my RSL is like basically on all the time. Like if I'm not at the computer, my RSL is like trying to run Hydra for one of my accounts. Like it's just doing all sorts of stuff. Yo, D Park, what's up, man? Quick question to Amius. How do you avoid the revive when he is killed in the eclipse? Watch tons of videos, but I'm having a hard time being the guy still on normal. You have to kill him outside of the eclipse. There's no other way to avoid it. It's a bit annoying. You could try like Lydia. Lydia's block revive, I believe, can shut him down. So Lydia's block revive can prevent his revive. I'm not sure if block revive will prevent the revive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that can be prevented. Like if you had Rotos and you block revive him, I don't know if that works. I don't think it does. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm just saying I don't think it does because I've tried Rotos against him before, and I don't think my Rotos ever beat him. So I would assume that block revive maybe doesn't work. I'm not too sure. Why are there so many single champ opponents in your tag team? Do people do this at higher level to make farming easier to everyone? Yes, exactly. So basically on like the early days of the week, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, most people, like even Thursday, most people just put in one man defenses, so it's the farming is easier for everybody, like you said. Especially for CBC. The thing is when you're in higher tier, like when you're in higher tier, it means you're pretty active in the game, right? Like you can't really just cruise control tag team. Like you need to be pretty active to get high rankings. So if you're an active player, then you know you're gonna set the one man defense like basically as soon as tag team resets for the week, and then at the beginning of the week, everyone just gets free wins and free points. So I understand in lower tiers, like it's not like that because you know obviously people are not as coordinated and they maybe have different plans, right? Like some people might be trying to tier up, so then they put in their real defenses, and then they try to tier up. So you know it's different. It's different when you're you know in gold or high gold. You're not looking to tier up anymore, right? You're just looking to maintain. You know, get your rewards and maintain, and then get out. I was actually in Gold 4 last week and I dropped out because on Sunday night I fell asleep early and I missed the reset. So I didn't have time to maintain my tier 4. But how do you even get RSL Helper? You have to download it from a secure link. Or download the best place is to go to his Discord, Farbstuff's RSL Helper Discord. Then you know that you got a secure link. You can just download it, install it, and it's all good. They provide good support. So here you go. You got a sacred here, right? So you get this once a month. So if you guys didn't know, in the gold tier, you get the sacred shard once a month. So it costs 30,000 of these bars. It's quite a lot. So if you guys don't play actively, getting 30,000 bars is a big task. So get that, and then it's going to be another 4 weeks before I get another one. But you know, you get one extra here, right, per month. So somebody was asking how many sacred shards I get per month. Well, there's one right there. Nice to know that you're still playing free to play. Yeah. Tooltip says Lydia wouldn't work. I was hoping to cheese it this way. Oh, I see. Okay, so Lydia doesn't work. Interesting. RSL doesn't want you to sleep, pretty much. Well, they want you to. It's just think about this, man. Think about like how casinos they don't want you to leave, right? Casinos don't want you to leave. Why would casinos want you to leave? They want you to be engaged, right? They'll give you free stuff to engage you, keep you in the building, right? They don't want you to leave. They don't have any clocks anywhere because they don't want you to know what time it is outside. They make the place super bright so you never know if it's daytime or nighttime, right? Like they have no windows in casinos. Think about it, guys. This is a casino game, right? They just basically want you to stay in the game all the time because it increases the chances of you spending money. Maybe you have a bad day. Maybe you get weak. You get weak one day, right? And then you're like, oh, I'm just gonna buy something. I'm just so weak. I can't. I need to spend money. I had such bad pulls. I had such bad pulls. I'm gonna buy something. Let's see. I'm gonna buy some of these packs, right? You know what I mean? Like, boom, $35. Like, you know that's how it goes, right? Yeah. It's a casino game, guys. Casino company owns it. They have all their little tactics to go along with it. Good morning. I heard there's Ashnar buff coming. What do you think they'll change and when? They said next month, so April. That's all I know. It's coming with Whirlum. So if you guys have Whirlum, the Void Legendary, he will also be in the buff balance mix. RSL Helper has been amazing, becoming less for me since they added background multi-battles, but it's still a lot of useful features. Yeah, RSL helper is very good. Honestly, like uh I can live without it. It's not the end of the world, to be honest. The To me, the most important tool is the Hell Hades optimizer. The build optimizer is the biggest game changer in this game because it makes everybody, speeds up the game significantly. It gives you the best results from your gear. Yeah, the optimizer is something that I can't imagine playing this game without, and it would be a huge loss if it was not around. The helper, like obviously the helper is huge, but the helper for the most part is just an auto clicker, right? So auto clicker, you just click play, 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 right? Yeah, it helps for like training and stuff, but you know, I would rather manually train food and stuff than lose the optimizer. That's for sure. Sorry, one sec. All right. Faction Wars. Faction Wars. You guys ready? You guys ready for Faction Wars version 2? Hope you get Mythic Champ soon. Yeah, I'm at my helper says 198. So I pulled 198 primals. I didn't get a mythical yet. That's on one account. That's on one account. So at 200, I will hit Mercy, and then each shard after I get the 5% boost. So, you know, eventually I'll hit it. Probably soon. Maybe the next time I pull, I'll hit it. But yeah, I don't want to like get too excited about it because there's a handful of really disappointing ones. So I don't really want to put too much stock into pulling a mythical or a good one, anyways. Even like an average one, I feel like not gonna be great, How do you guys keep track of sharp pulls like that? The RSL helper has a built-in mercy tracker, so it tracks the shards that you pull while the helper is up. So sometimes the helper is, it's down for maintenance. Usually when updates happen, it's down for maintenance. But so it won't it won't track your shards. But if it's working and you pull shards with the app working, then it will track the shards for you. Otherwise, if you don't use the helper, you use like an Excel spreadsheet. You can even use like pen and paper or whatever works, right? How should I go about selling gear? My storage is always full. I basically have only gear that is godlike in HH. If it's blue, then for other stuff is all at legendary or godlike. Feels bad selling. Think about it this way. If your roster is like built, like if you build out all the champs that you want to, and you geared them all out in the best builds possible, then the gear in your box is all expendable because you already have the builds for all your champs, right? Especially if you can farm the gear again. So if you can, if you have gear that is basically farmable, I would say those are highly expendable, highly sellable. Um, the exception is gear that you don't get very often. So gear that's important and you don't get very often. So like Merciless, you might have to keep some bad pieces for Merciless, or you might have to keep some pieces to gamble ores on. Um, You know, just stuff like that, right? It's hard to say exactly what to sell, but usually, like, for people that can do above dungeon 20, I would say you should probably get rid of all 5-star gear. Like 5-star rare should probably go like pretty early. 5-star epics, unless they're like good sets, triple rolls and like speed or crit rate or accuracy or something, should probably go to like 5-star epics in like bad sets. You know, they go pretty fast. Um yeah, stuff like that. What do you think about Alsgore for making unkillable team with Bushy? Alsgore is the 4-turn block damage, right? So he can make a team. I don't know why you need Bushy. Why do you need Bushy? I don't understand. But I'm not too sure. I never made a team with Alsgore before, but since he has the 4-turn block damage, I imagine that should be no problem. It should be the same as Helicath or Santa or whatever. Going to max faction wars buffs. Once I finish Hydra buffs, I'll be done with both in a month. Nice. That's dedication, man. Good gear for a chance and maybe good gear. Yeah, okay. Which one would you want to pull if you could? Um, I would pull. I would. You know, people ask me a lot for my most wanted champ or my most wanted mythical, and it's gonna be Galathier. Galathier is like one of the best champions in the game. I think you can argue he's the best champion in the game. But I would say he's comfortably like top 3 champion in the game currently. He also feels like a direct need for me. Like I need a really good support um, champion for live arena. So he fills that role for me, and plus he's the best champion in the game. He also would really help me in Chimera. Gives me a bunch of extra trials. So you know he's a one-stop champ for me. But there's a lot of obviously mythical champions that I would be super happy with, but there's also some that I would kind of be like disappointed in too. Are you doing account takeovers? I do one account takeover a month. It's based off an application process from my Discord. So I have a channel in my Discord for takeover applications, and then we go over the applications once a month, and then we pick an account to do a takeover on. So I came back from vacation a week ago, so I haven't really fully got back into the swing of things. So maybe I'm a little bit behind on stuff, but also the thing is, like, sometimes I contact people for interest in like doing takeovers and stuff. Like maybe they applied and then I contact them and they don't respond. So or they take a long time to respond. So it doesn't always work out. Exactly the way you want or conveniently or whatever. So it does take some time. But yeah, I try to do at least once a month. Hey, Bard Games, how are you, man? What's up? For clan boss, yeah, clan boss Alsgore can work. Bushy's the sun target. Yeah, I understand that, but like you could just have block debuffs, I guess, because Bushy, like any stun target, would have block damage on. I don't know. I don't know why, specifically Bushy needs to be used for a stun target, I guess. How much would you have to spend if you wanted to pull that mythical? um, I don't know, man. Many thousands. I would say easily like, I don't know, 50,000, 10,000, $20,000. I would say you have to pull during a 2x. You have, the mercy on these mythicals. One mythical costs you what, like $500 probably in shards. Like I'm just using conservative, like kind of maybe optimistic numbers. I'd say between $500 and $1,000. So one mythical, I would say during a 2x. And then if you want to pull one specific one, how many mythicals are there right now? There's probably like 30 mythicals, 20 mythicals, 25 mythicals, somewhere around there. So 1 in 25 chance of getting one specific one. Yeah. Pretty expensive. Probably cost you 10. I'd say 10 grand. I'd say 10 grand probably to have a high chance of getting one specific one. chicken is waiting for me. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like stuff like I don't want to get myself too hyped up. I don't need I don't need it to like greatly enhance like my game or anything. And I doubt even getting one that's super good. Like I doubt that it's going to enhance my game that much, but we'll see. Is it worth building two geomancers? I have 3 built geomancers. There was a point where I used all 3. I used one for clan boss, I used one for iron twins, and then I used one for hydra. But now I don't use any for hydra. I don't use any for iron twins. So I only use one nowadays, and it's for my clan boss. Are you focusing on getting as many trials and chimeras? Still, to me, the content feels like such a drag, dude, since you basically have to manual. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to focus more on getting trials. I don't have like a proper team to do high trials, or I haven't figured out exactly how to do it. And yeah, it's manual play, which is a big drag, right? Because I play 2 accounts. Like I said, at the end game level. So I can't really just like get the one key and then just, peace out, you know what I mean? So I have to do as good as I can um for my clan, right? So it's a bit of a drag. You have to balance it with like time spent in game and available time and all that stuff, and yeah, it's tough. I wish I just had like a nice auto team and just let it run, but I think the proposed team isn't 2-1. Alsgore is 4-3, so the stun target needs some kind of unkillable. Okay, yeah, I mean that makes sense. That's fine. Um yeah, I'm Bushy is force affinity, so would it always work that he's the stun target? I don't know. I'm not too sure. Would it always work? Maybe on some affinities it wouldn't work, right? I have a question if you have time to answer. Sure, go ahead. Yeah. I was told 1K for mythical. I'm happy with Lady M. This is fine. Yeah, I wouldn't be happy with the second Lady Mikage, yes, for sure. 1K sounds about right. Yeah, I'm basing it off of 100. Like I said, 500 to 1K. I'm basing it off of $5 a shard, 100 shards. But obviously, it can take 200 shards, which means it can be $1,000 per mythical. How would you feel about getting Gizmat? I think I would feel pretty good. Gizmat's really good in arena, right? I want like basically like an arena champion, to be honest. Um, like PvE, I can basically make do with whatever I have, but for PvP, I would really love like certain champions would really be more helpful. Um, do you push plat arena reset and is it essential to do so as free to play? I don't know. Like, you mean to finish in platinum? I haven't bothered doing platinum in maybe like a year. So ever since, no, actually not true. Maybe like 9 months or something. I haven't bothered doing platinum mainly because ever since Narcies, actually about a year. Yeah, ever since Narcies came into the picture, um, my arena defense, is basically no good anymore. My arena offense is, yeah, it's not as good anymore. So the meta really changed with Narcissus, and with mythicals coming out. So with mythicals coming out, Narcissus, that's basically the time when I basically stopped pushing live arena, because I don't have those champions. So Narcissus makes offense a lot stronger before. I don't know what it is now. Makes offense a lot stronger, and mythicals make defenses a lot stronger. And then I didn't have any of those, so climbing just didn't feel like the same anymore. But I grinded platinum basically for all of 2023. I placed pretty high. I placed like top 50 twice. But usually I was like in the middle or whatever. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun grinding platinum when my roster was strong enough to do so. But nowadays it's not strong enough, so I don't bother. I mean, it's probably strong enough to sneak in, but also the time zones don't really help me. So uh, you have to even consider dupes in the math. Yep, that's true. Team Skull Crusher, they were saying that you need unkillable or something like that for the stun tracker. Okay, so that's what the team is based on. I see. Stuck on Fire Knight hard 5 by using casual Mikage team. Should I use a Mar team for Fire Knight or use one of my Z Master Blade Masters that I have laying around? The problem with Martyr teams is that the champs that you use with her is that are slow. So that's how the team works, right? It works on getting hit. So if you're okay with having, the champions uh, around Martyr being slow for other content, then then that team becomes an option, right? But for example, like I wouldn't I wouldn't run a Martyr team myself because that means I would have to run my newts under 250 speed, which isn't going to work for other content. So I don't do that. Um, but yeah, Mikage Zinigir is pretty strong combination, right? Pretty strong combination to break the shields and all that stuff. So you got Arbes after 60. I mean, I wouldn't say that's not bad. I would say that's really good. I would say that's really good, right? So I'd be happy with that. Main account last year pulled Androck in the first Promise Shard and Warlord on the first Void. Yeah, that's insane luck. Congrats. Did you build a Harima just for Scarab? No, my Harima is my Arena Harima. Arena Harima. What's up, C-Boy? Pulled a nice on my 2 account with 1 Primo. Just yeet it for CVC. I mean, what can I say, man? Can't beat blind luck sometimes. 500 makes more sense. I mean, you can get Primal Shards for less than $5 each, I think, right? Like, I think the price for them maybe like $4 now. I'm just using 5. I don't really know exactly how much they cost. Like 5 is probably like not the best deal, but probably the average of good and bad deals. Why has nobody built a more customizable auto battle tool for raid yet? Like, if X, then do Y. Instead, just do it through the skills in that order. I think that would be considered botting. But yeah, basically, like the only thing that the best thing about RSL Helper from Farbstuff is that he communicates with Plarium and gets the okay with what they allow to be done. Because there's going to be some things that Plarium does not want people to do, which is basically automate the game where it's basically like botting. You know what I mean? So whatever Farbstuff's RSL Helper allows is basically okayed by Plarium, which is a good peace of mind, right? So especially when people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on their account, you can't really use something that's kind of sketchy like that. What is the most dude? I'm a brand new player, and Narcissus and Oak Podrick were my first 2 Sacred Shard pulls from campaign. Narcissus is a Void champion, so I guess you're talking about Void Shard. But yeah, those are some insane champions. You're free to play, but apart from Plarium CC program, please explain. So I get weekly, because I'm part of the content creator program, I get weekly some goodies from Plarium. Basically, it's kind of like, first, it's kind of like a reward for sticking with the game and all that stuff and doing well. Secondly, it's kind of like compensation to pay for any resources that you spend in game building or making content. So I don't pay for them. Obviously, I pay for them by making content with my time, but I don't spend any money on them. So people have a problem with me getting those rewards and calling myself free to play. So that's why I have to basically explain or disclose that little thing. The thing is, I have a secondary account that's also free to play, and both accounts I never spent any money on. So I don't know. It depends on your definition of free to play. Some people have very convenient definitions, whatever suits them best at that moment. But to me, not spending in this game, not putting any money in this game is free to play. So depends on your definition, I guess. Faction Wars keys, charms. Hey Bronco, what's up, man? How you been? Good, good, good. What's up, Hawk? How are you? Two Xenogear Blade Masters. You have two Xenogears. Okay, interesting. You didn't mind for Champion Chase, managed to hit the luck. Nice. Getting lucky is always good. How many mythical tomes do you have saved up? I think I have 40. Yeah, I have 41. Level 74 mid-game account. Pull 2 Legos, which are trash. 3 Void Legos. Tormin, Chagar, and Taras. Weird RNG. I mean, that's... Getting the Void Legos is difficult, right? Where's the Fabian Soul? Yeah, good question. Yeah, we're all looking for it. How do you deal with all those red dots around the bastion? My OCD is screaming. I don't know. It's like nothing to me. I don't know. A lot of people don't like it. Like a lot of people like, you know, it bothers them, but to me it doesn't bother me at all. And plus I have 2 accounts. Like it's kind of like I just see the red dots everywhere. I don't know. To me it doesn't bother me. I can see the argument where I have so many red dots that it kind of is like additional noise. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's you know, it's visually, it's a lot of noise, right? So people don't like, maybe they don't, you know, can't really handle it. And I can see how it can be like slightly, can be confusing maybe in some instances. Sorry, I need to do the force stuff. Force battles and then spirit battles. So can't use this team anymore. How goes it? Hey, Mike. Good, man. Good. It's 4 a.m. right now. So I've been awake since about 2 a.m. Did some mic stuff, you know, fixed up some of my mic settings. Had some issues before, but should be good now. And yeah, we're just grinding some CVC, so doing good. How far are you on Embrius? I'm about 90 fragments. I think 89 or 90. So I'm pretty close. Maybe like a couple more weeks. You still haven't gotten one void from a shard. I mean, I've heard of some people saying like they've never gotten a void. They've never gotten a void legendary. Oh shit, I probably lost here, eh? No? Okay. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the application process is just to maintain fairness. Obviously, like at the end of the day, like I do takeovers for content. If I see an account that's very interesting, or it's something that I feel inspired to talk about in that moment, then you know I'm gonna reach out and see if I can, you know, hop on, right? But you know, it's the only way to have like a fair process. Not everyone's gonna get like a takeover for free, right? It's not even based off of, yeah, it's just based off the account and what I feel like doing that day or, you know, feel like doing. Narcies must have come from a void, can pull voids. You can only pull void champions from void shards, correct? Yeah. No, you can't pull void champions from any other shard. Just ethnically free to play. If people are that hardcore, they need to stop taking free loot from promotions. You're streaming a little earlier than usual today, right? So my internet provider usually has some kind of maintenance that happens around 3:20 a.m. So I was just testing today whether that would happen because I did move in the last couple of months. So I was just testing in my region. Maybe it didn't happen anymore. So today it didn't happen. There was no interruption in my internet. So I feel like, oh, maybe I can do my stream like slightly earlier nowadays because before I was doing it pretty late. So today I just decided just to test it out and it worked. So now I have the option to do the stream like a little bit earlier. Should I get my Arbiter second high speed or Lysandra for a tag team? I forgot who is higher. I forgot I forgot who is higher. I think they both have the same base speed, right? Lysandra has 110. Yeah. Arbiter has 110. Hold on. Who has bigger turn meter boost? 30% boost with the decrease here. I think Arbiter is also 30% boost. Yeah, 30% boost. It's 30% boost with the increased attack. And this one is 30% boost with the increased speed. So if you have Lysandra go first, your second champion can be slower than if you had the other way around. So if you had Arbiter go first, your second champion, if you want to make sure that they connect to each other, needs to be higher speed because Lysandra places the increased speed, right? So Lysandra goes first, places increased speed, which lowers the speed requirement of the second champion. If you want them to connect together. So Lysandra going first makes sense, but that also means that you kind of rely on the second champion, I guess, because with Arbiter, she does bring increased attack right away. So you could technically run Arbiter without Lysandra. You can just go Arbiter super fast, and then you just have, damage dealers deal damage right away. Whereas Lysandra kind of relies on the secondary champion, right? I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Both of them are still pretty good, but Lysandra does cover like that gap better than Arbiter, but Arbiter does have that plus attack. And she has a bigger speed aura, by the way. She has a bigger speed aura too. Hey Don, how are you? Hey Little Gaming, how are you, man? Nice to see you. 5 years in, no boy Lego? No way. Over a year in, I've pulled Vitreous, the Anointed, and Vlad. Oh yeah, that's a bit of a mess for sure. But 1 year for 2 Legos is not bad. Finally got Newt. Crazy how much impact one champ has so quickly. Nice. Yeah, Newt's a massive one for sure. Crazia, that's a great void. Great void Lego, yeah. Why destroy max HP for arena on your Harima? Destroy max HP for my Harima? Destroy max HP. I don't understand. Good to see you live. Fabian is decent for arena. I like his control. It's helpful. He seems kind of like Arman's getting control so easy. I mean, Fabian, it came as advertised, guys. Like, he came as advertised, like out of the box. Like when I saw the preview for him, like no play testing or anything, I saw the kit and I'm like, yo, this guy is nuts. Play tested him. Yeah, he's still nuts. There was, some things that we learned, like in general play testing, like for example, his affinity. His affinity proved to be a little bit problematic. You don't get full value from some of his abilities, but that doesn't mean that it happens all the time. And that doesn't mean that this is a negative that only happens to Fabian, because the affinity issue happens to everybody. It happens to Armans, happens to Crixia. So does that make him a bad champion? No, it doesn't. He's still an insane champion, and he comes as advertised. So if you needed a champion like him, you won't be disappointed. If anything, you might be surprised how good he is. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Grim? How are you, man? Doing some LA? Yeah, probably. Notice something similar with our internet around the time cut. Yeah, it's our internet, man. It's weird. It's some kind of maintenance thing early in the morning. Vulnerable to sheep? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Manages CCU. Is it similar to Arman's? No, Arman's has better CC because the stuns are 100%. Fears are 50%, so you can kick out of it. So he doesn't, CC as badly as Arman's, but he has other ways. Like he locks you out. He also CCs you when you revive. Yeah, so he's a sheep magnet, but yeah. Yeah, that's true. Lysandra does trigger Marius, which is really bad. Yeah. 5 years in, no Lego, no mythical, no reset. Still renegade. Yeah. Yeah, little. Yeah. Missing some of your videos, man. Guess life is busy. Fabian's rubbish. He doesn't do anything. No void Lego. When's a good time to farm Minotaur? Are there events related? There's never events related. Usually you farm them during CVC, so you get some points out of it. You could do training with them as well. That's about it. He's a better Crixia on the front. Yes, he is actually. Crixia is obviously Crixia when he transforms. Crixia has a lot going on in her kit, right? Cleanse and reset and stuff like that. But yeah, his base form is better than her base form. But I think her base stats are better too. Like she's faster, right? Out of the box.